My girlfriend suddenly told me she had 6 small beads implanted inside her, blushing as she said it was meant to please me. The next day, I made soup and brought it to her office. To my surprise, I saw her in the arms of my good friend, Henry Somerset. Henry wrapped his arm around her waist, his voice deep. Baby, you're such a good girl. You really did the implantation as I told. My dumb friend even thought you did it for him. Do you reckon he'll lose his mind if he finds out you and I are getting married soon? My girlfriend's voice turned cold. This is nothing more than a marriage of convenience. I'm warning you not to let Chris find out. Henry chuckled and moved his hand downward. Don't worry, as long as you keep me happy, I won't get Chris into trouble. After hearing all this behind the door, my entire body went cold, clutching my phone tightly. I recalled my boss saying he would transfer me to a subsidiary company a few days ago. I no longer hesitated and sent him a text. Boss, I'd like to be transferred to the subsidiary company in Haleborough City in 3 days. Chapter 1. After getting my boss reply, I slumped against the wall, drained of all energy. Henry Somerset's voice echoed in my ears again. Stop kissing me. If Chris runs into us later, you'll be in trouble. Oh, right. He still doesn't know you gave me the draft designs of dress and suit he made for his own wedding. I showed him the finished design, and he actually thought we just had the same taste. What a joke. He's so naive. It's almost hilarious. My face turned pale instantly. I had been with Jenna Rogers for 6 years. Everyone in her social circle knew me. They all knew I didn't care about fame or money. My only hope was that Jenna could have a bright future. Once, she promised me she'd give me a grand wedding. I was so happy that I stayed up night after night designing our wedding outfits myself, revising them again and again until I finalized the last version. But a while back, the drafts suddenly disappeared. I tore the place apart looking for them, but I found nothing. Jenna hugged me with a guilty expression. She cried as she said, maybe I accidentally threw them out with the trash. I'm sorry, Chris. The effort from countless hours of work and sleepless nights, gone just like that. Of course, it hurt, but I still forced myself to comfort her, telling her it was okay, that I could just redo everything now. The truth hit me like a sledgehammer. My sketches hadn't ended up in the trash at all. She had handed them over as a gift to the man she was actually engaged to. I couldn't listen anymore. My steps faltered as I stumbled into the restroom. Just then, my phone buzzed. It was a message from Henry. Chris, when are you coming back? My fiancé stopped by and left. Otherwise, I really would have loved to introduce you to. I stared at my reflection. My face was pale. I splashed cold water on myself, trying to clear my head. Slowly, I walked back out. Henry was humming to himself. When he saw me, he looked me straight in the eyes with a knowing smirk. What took you so long? Did you see my fiancé? She's gorgeous, isn't she? I met his gaze, and in that instant, I understood. He had done all of this on purpose. He wanted me to see everything and to crush whatever feelings I still had left. However, he seemed to forget something. Jenna and I had been publicly dating for 6 years. Even if we couldn't make it to the end, I wasn't some third wheel hiding in the dark. I swallowed my anger, forced a smile, and said, great, you two look good together. I hope you're happy. Chapter 2. After saying that, I turned around and walked away. Behind me, Henry shouted smugly, so what if you were together for years? Being able to get a woman to marry you, that's what really counts. She's my wife now. You'd better stay away from her. I didn't slow down. I straightened my back and forced myself to stay calm as I went home. Jenna got there before me. When she saw me come in, she immediately smiled and opened her arms like she always did. Honey, you're home. I instinctively stepped aside, her arms frozen midair, surprise flashing across her face. I glanced at the skirt she was wearing. It wasn't the one she had worn when she left that morning. Looks like you changed your skirt. The confusion in Jenna's eyes instantly turned into guilt. She smiled and explained, I spilled coffee on myself today, so my assistant helped me change. Once it's cleaned, I'll bring it back and keep it properly. You designed that dress for me yourself. Was it really coffee? Or was it ruined while she was fooling around with Henry? The disgust I had barely managed to suppress on the way home surged back. I almost exposed her lie right then and there. Still, I was leaving in 2 days. What was the point of tearing everything apart now? Okay, do whatever you want. Jenna looked at me with tender concern. You seem unhappy today. Who made you upset? I'll deal with them for you. Or how about I take you out for a nice dinner to cheer you up? After 6 years together, we knew each other well. When something was on my mind, she could always tell. I used to fall for her gentle, coaxing routine every time. No matter how upset I was, she could smooth it over with a few words. But now, my heart felt completely still. Before I could answer, her phone rang. We were standing close enough that I clearly saw the caller's name on the screen. Husband? There was no need to guess who it was. It had to be Henry. After she hung up, she said apologetically, Chris, something urgent came up at work. Wait for me at home. I'll bring you your favorite cake when I get back. Jenna didn't wait for my response. She hurried out the door. I forced a bitter smile and silently began packing up everything in the house that belonged to me. When even 3 suitcases weren't enough, my eyes filled with tears. Over the past 6 years, whenever I felt down, Jenna always found ways to comfort me. Sometimes it was something small, like street food from a random stall. Other times, it was expensive watches or carefully chosen TIs. All those little moments added up. There were so many that I couldn't even count them anymore. For 6 years, everyone believed she loved me wholeheartedly. I believed it too. When did that start to change? Was it when the clothes I bought her, the cups I made by hand, the jewelry I carefully selected began disappearing one by one? Was it when she grew closer and closer to Henry, lying again and again about working late, meetings, and business trips? Or was it when she told me she loved me and promised me a grand wedding, while secretly sleeping with Henry repeatedly until she ended up marrying him and turning me into the clueless third wheel? I had thought of asking her about it. On the way home, there were 1,000 questions on my mind. In the end, I held back. There was no need anymore. It was over. I made a phone call. I'm leaving the country in 3 days. On Henry's wedding day, arrange for a courier to deliver a bouquet. Write this on the card. Wishing Ms. Jenna and Mr. Henry a lifetime of happiness. Sign it with my name. Chapter 3. You don't have to tell them anything. Consider it a special surprise from me as a friend. After everything was arranged, I received another message from Henry. He sent me an address and taunted me. Tomorrow, I'm rehearsing the wedding with my wife. I've got a gift for you tonight. The question is, do you dare to come get it? I hesitated for only a few seconds before deciding to go alone. The moment I stepped into the bar, I ran into one of Jenna's close friends. She was drunk, leaning against the door outside a private room, and catching her breath, she squinted at me and grinned. Why do you look so much like Jenna's boyfriend? No way. I'm not seeing things, am I? She laughed again. Jenna's really something. She's about to get married and a street